you need to join aplusstudents.com. And once you have joined, you need to select math as your subject. This is a grade 8 math lesson. The topic for today is statistics. Okay, the topic is statistics. Okay, and the chapter number is, I'll give you the chapter number and the lesson number. Chapter number 25 and lesson number 1. This is chapter number 25, lesson number 1, and the name of the lesson is Calculate Mean, Median, Mode, and the range. So first I'll define you what exactly mean, median, mode, and range are. Then we'll start off with the questions, okay? So let's go to grade 8 maths, okay? Chapter number 25 and lesson number 1. So in stats, we have a mean. The mean means average, okay? So if you have two tests, let's suppose you got 8 out of 10 and you got 10 on 10, right? You need to find the mean or the average, right? How do you find it? You add the numbers that you obtained. And how many tests were there? The first test and the second test, right? So we say to find the mean, we add the numbers and we divide it by the number of tests. That was 16 divided by 2. Therefore, the mean or the average comes out to be 8. Okay? Oh, sorry, 18. I did 18. Sorry, my bad. 8 plus 10 is 18. Divided by 2 would be 9. Okay? I was considering different numbers. Okay? So this is mean. Mean is also known as taking an average. Then we have the median. The meaning of median is the middle value. Okay. If ever some values are given, what we do is we arrange the values, arrange in ascending order. Okay. Ascending order means you need to ascend. That means you're going up. D for descent and D for down. That means you're going down. From ascend means we move from smaller to larger value. Okay. And we find median is basically the middle value. Okay. So what we do is once we have arranged them, so we find the middle value. Okay. Mode. Let's look at mode. Mode means most repeated. Most repeated. Or in other words, we can say highest frequency. The word frequency in stats means the number of time anything that would occur multiple times, right? So like if you got 8 out of 10 in the first test, second test you got 10 out of 10, then in the third test you got 10 out of 10, that means your mode will be 10 on 10 because you got 2 tests where you got 10 on 10, right? So mode means most repeated, okay? We're just looking at the terms right now. And the word range. The range means the maximum value and the minimum value. Maximum value minus the minimum value. That means range is the difference between the maximum and the minimum. Okay. So if we have categorized mean, that is the average. Median is the middle value. Mode is the most repeated. And range is the maximum value minus the minimum value. Okay. Let's look at an example. Let's look at a question. And then we will try to find all the values. Okay. For this question, let's suppose these values are given to us. And we would try to find all four possibilities. Okay. For these given values, let's suppose in question number 1, part A, we find the mean. How do we find the mean? I just told you we add all the numbers together. We can write 10 plus 3. It can be in decimal, right? We are just taking random numbers. Plus 6 plus 4 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4, right? How many numbers are there altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That means we divide, since we are adding 9 numbers together, we divide it by 9. That means the mean for this, the average score for this comes out to be, let's add this, 10 plus 3, 13, plus 9 is 22, plus 7, plus 6 plus 4, plus 8, plus 6 plus 4. That comes out to be 57 divided by 9. It would be 6.33, I think, right? So it comes out to be 6.33. That is the mean score. That means if everyone scored 6.33, the 10 becomes 6.33. Average score is, mean is also known as the average. Okay. Let's move ahead to the next part. They're asking us the median. In case of median, I told you we arrange in ascending order, right? So once we are arranging in ascending order, can we say 3 is the smallest? We write 3. Then we have 4 and 4. Okay. Then we have 6. Then we have another 6, right? Then we have a 7. Then we have a 8. Then we have a 9. Then we have a 10. Agreed? So what we do is, once we have arranged these numbers, let's count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 numbers. So what we start doing is we start reducing them from the extreme ends. We cancel the first number, we cancel the last, second last, second and second last, and so on. We start canceling. So we would be left with a number over here, right? So we can say the median for this score is 6. But let's suppose we get two values in the middle. Then let's suppose 6 and 7 were the two values. Then what we do is we add them and divide by 2. I'll give you the next example, okay? If this is one value, it's quite convenient for us, okay? I'll skip mode over here because this is bimodal. Because, okay, I would not skip. I'll just show it to you. So for mode, we can say 4 was twice and 6 was twice, right? So we can say 4 is the mode because it is repeating most time, or we can say 6 is the mode. Usually there is one mode, but for this question they came out to be two modes, and that is perfectly fine. They can be two modes also. Okay. And for the last question, the range. If we need to find the range, what was range? The maximum minus the minimum. What is the maximum number? 10 is the maximum. This is the maximum minus the minimum. 10 minus. What is the smallest possible number? Smallest number was 3. So we can say the range for these values comes out to be 7. That means the values would lie within the range of 7 from 3 to 10. Agreed? Okay, if we agree on this, let's have a look at another question. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So there are 9 values. I'll just make them 10. Okay. I'll just make them 10 just to prove that what I said for the even numbers. Okay. I'll move ahead with this. And this says we are changing this to 10. Okay. Okay, this is the information given to us. And this is the information given to us. Okay, I will add one more to this. If I would say 2.0 GB. Okay, for this question number 2. And the question number 2 says, Carly checked the available memory on 10 computers, right? So these are the memories available, 3.2, 3.3, 3.2, 2.7, 2.9. They're total 10 values, 10 computers, 10 available memories, right? So let's try to find the mean, median, mode, and the range for this particular question, okay? All 4 values for this question. So how we can find the mean? If we need to find the mean, what we do is we add all the numbers. So can we say 3.3 plus 2.7 plus 2.7, right? Twice 2.7 plus 3.3. We can use a calculator. We are not looking at how to add and subtract. We are just looking at the concepts of mean, median, mode, and range. 3.2 plus 2.9 plus 2.7 plus 2.1 and 2.0. The total values were 10 because there were 10 computers, right? So if we add them together, can I say 3.3 plus 3.7 is 7 plus 2.7, 3.3, 2.3, 3.2, 2.9, 2.7, 2.1, and 2. If we add them together, it comes out to be, okay, it comes out to be 28.8 divided by 10, right? And once we divide by 10, what we can say is it comes out to be 2.88 GB of memory space. That is the mean. That is the average available memory space. Okay. So mean is adding all the numbers and simply dividing by the number of quantities counted, right? There were 10 computers, so we divide by 10. Let's look at median. Median, we know that is the middle value, right? In the previous question, 6 was the only middle value because there were 9 possibilities. Let's arrange over here. But what we need to do is we need to arrange them in ascending order. So what is the smallest? Smallest was 2 GB. The next one was 2.1. Then we have 2.3. Agreed? Ascending order. This is ascending order. For median, we arrange them in ascending 2.3. Then after 2.3, we have 2.7. How many times? 3 times. We have 2.7, 2.7, 2.7. Then we have 2.9. Agreed? Then we have 2.9, Then we have 3.2 and 3.3 twice. Okay. Bet more convenient is to count the values: one value, two values, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because sometimes we might make an error and skip a value. So it's better to count. How do we simplify? We cancel the last, we cancel the first. We cancel the second, second last, third, third last, fourth, fourth last. But now we cannot cancel because we are left with two values in the middle. Agreed? So what we do is, if we are left with two values over here, we take the average of these two values. That means 2.7 plus 2.7 divided by 2. That means 5.4 divided by 2. Therefore, the median still comes out to be 2.7 because both the values were 2.7. They could have been different values as well. Okay. Okay, moving ahead, let's look at the mode. Okay, part C is the mode. And mode is, the meaning of mode would be most repeated. So which number is most repeated? Which number we can say is most repeated? Because 2.7 was 3 times, right? And 3.3 was just twice. So we can say the mode is 2.7. The most repeated available memory is 2.7 GB. Agreed? What about the range? We know that range is always the maximum value minus the minimum value. What was the maximum value? Can it be 3.2 or can it be 3.3? Can we say the maximum value was 3.3 GB minus, and the minimum value we had was 2.0? So that means the range comes out to be 1.3 GB, right? We can write the units over here. We should write the units. Median is 2.7 GB, okay? So this is how we find the mean, median, mode, and the range for any given data set. Agreed? Hi, Yusuf. What we are trying to do is, we are trying to find the mean, median, mode, and the range. The mean is always the average. Median is the middle value. Mode is the most repeated value. And range is the maximum number minus the minimum. See, let's look at this comparison over here. In the previous question, the mode was, the median was 6, right? Because there was only one number over here. But in this case, the median was, since there were two numbers left in the middle, that means in order to find the median, we take out the average of those two numbers, okay? So we can always know if we need to take an average or not by this. If this is 9 odd numbers given to us, we will always find one value in the middle. If this was even, then we will find two values in the middle, okay? Just by looking at the total quantities given to us, okay? Let's look at some other numbers. Let's take them as positive numbers for now, okay? So if I would say, if the numbers given to us are, okay, I'll just add a few numbers to this. For the next question, I'm considering that these as positive numbers. I'm not taking any number to be negative right now, okay? If I would say the first number given to us was 5, 5, 3, 3, 0, 1, 1, 9, and 9, 3, okay? This is our question number 3. If we need to find the mean or the average What do we need to do? We need to add all the numbers. We can say 5 plus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That means 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 3 plus 9. And since there were total 10 numbers, we simply divide by 10. 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 6 is 13, 13 plus 1 is, oh, 10 plus 3 is 13, 16, 17, 27, 30, and 39. That means the mean comes out to be 3.9 is the average score. Okay. Median. For median, we arrange in ascending order. That means from smaller to the larger value. So can we arrange the numbers? 0 is the smallest. 0. Then we have 1 and 1. Then we have 3, 3, 3. 3 times 3. So when I said 3 times 3, we also know that 3 is repeated the maximum number of times, right? After 3, we can have 5 twice. And then we have 9 twice. So once we have arranged them in ascending order, what we need to do is we need to cancel out. We cancel one here, we cancel one here. So if we are left with 2 numbers in the middle, so in order to find the median, what we can do is 3 plus 3 divided by 2, that is 6 upon 2. And the median comes out to be 3. Okay. Let's look at the mode. Mode is most repeated. So which number is most repeated? Can we say the number 3 is most repeated? That means the mode comes out to be 3 as well. What about the range? And the range is always the maximum value minus the minimum value. That means the maximum value over here was 9 and the minimum value was 0. That means the range for this question comes out to be 9. Okay. So we can find the mean, median, mode, and the range. The question is, where can this information be used? Mean is there in your report cards, right? You get A grade, A plus, B minus, those are the grades, right? So you have tests, monthly test, bi-monthly test, or the midterms and everything. Then they add them together and they take the average, right? Median is, if let's suppose you had 5 tests in 5 months, right? Monthly tests. So what they can do is they can tell you the progress. Median tells you the progress, right? This is the smallest score you got, then this is the middle score you're getting. Mode will tell you what is the, if you're getting maybe out of 20, maybe you got 15 out of 23 times, right? Then it will tell you got a 15, that is the score that's more repeated. On an average, you're getting 15 out of 20. And the range will tell you if you got the minimum to be 11 and the maximum to be 20. That means your range is 9 over there. So that the difference between the maximum score and the minimum score would define the range. Okay, Yusuf? Okay. Let's try another example. Okay. I would try to take numbers. Okay. They're just asking us to find the mean. Okay, in the question. They're not asking us to find all 3 values. We are just trying to find all 3 values so that we can understand all 4 concepts in a single question. Okay. If these values are given to us in question number 4, they're asking us to find the mean. And we know that the mean is the average. Can we add the numbers? 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 plus 3 is 18. 18 plus 6, 24. Plus 5 is 29. 29 plus 8 is 37. 37 plus 6 is 43. 43 plus 2 is 45 plus 9, that would be 54. How many values were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we simply divide it by 9, and we can say the mean comes out to be, when 54 is divided by 9, the mean comes out to be 6. The average score comes out to be 6, right? Once we are, Yusuf, what about median? Median is the middle value, right? So in order to find the median, what we do is we arrange these numbers into ascending order. Smallest was 2, then we have 3, then we have 5, then we have two values of 6, then we have a 7, then we have two values of 8 and 1 9. Agreed? Please count. 1 value, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 values. Agreed? So we start canceling. We cancel the first, we cancel the last, we cancel the second, second last, third, third last, fourth. So we are simply left with one value, and we say the median is also 6. By chance, they can be different values, but in this case, they're coming out to be same. So we don't have to worry about it. What about the mode? Mode was most repeated. So which number is most repeated? We can say 6 was twice, and we can say 8 was twice, right? So we can say there are two modes, 6 and 8. They are the most repeated numbers. Agreed? And if we need to find the range is always the maximum minus the minimum value. Hi, welcome. The maximum was 9. And what is the minimum value? That was 2. So we can say the range for these set of values is 7. Okay. What we did was we tried to find the median. We tried to find out the average score. We add all the numbers and we count the numbers. There were 9 numbers. We add 9 numbers. We divide by 9. We get the mean. Then we try to find the median. Median means the middle value. So what we did was we wrote all the numbers, the given values, in ascending order, right? These numbers are in ascending order. We arrange the numbers in ascending order and we start canceling. Whatever was left in the middle would be the median. For the mode, what we can say is mode is the most repeated number, right? So the mode came out to be 6 and 8 because both the numbers were repeated twice. And about the range is the maximum minus the minimum value. So the maximum value was 9. This was the maximum value. This was the minimum value. So 9 minus 2 would give us the range, and the range is 7 for this given question. Okay. Sorry. Let's move ahead to the next question. Let's see what values can be given to us. Okay. I'll just copy these values and we'll try to find all 4 possibilities in this. Okay. Because the original question says just find the range. Just doing a question just to find a range would be meaningless, right? So let's try doing this question number 5, and let's try to find all 4 possibilities. If we need to find the mean, what we do is we add the numbers. 1 plus 2, 3 plus 6 is 9, 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 4 is 18, 18 plus 1 is 19. 19 plus 7 is 26. How many values were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? The total number of values was 7. So we simply divide it by 7. Even if the answer comes out to be in decimal, we need not worry about it, okay? So what is 26 divided by 7? Let's do it. 26 divided by 7 would be 3.7. So we can say the mean or the average comes out to be 3.7, okay? It can be in decimals. No worries about it. So the next one is median. We know that the median is the middle value. So we first arrange these numbers in ascending order. Ascending means from the smallest to the largest. The smallest number was 1. It was twice. So we write 1 and 1. Then this other number was 2. Then we had 4. Then we had 5, 6. And then we had a 7. Okay. Once we have arranged the numbers in ascending order, what we need to do is we start canceling out these numbers. We cancel the last, we cancel the first, we cancel the second, we cancel the second last, third, and the third last. That means the median comes out to be 4, because median is the middlemost value. Agreed? Okay. Moving ahead to the mode. We know that mode is the most repeated number. So which number is the most repeated? Can we see one number that is being repeated twice or more than twice? We can say 1 is repeated twice. Other numbers are just coming once, right? But once was written, 1 is written twice. That means it is the most repeated number. That means the mode comes out to be 1. Okay. And the last part. Good morning, Shen. What we are doing is we are doing mean, median, mode, and range. Mean is the average. We add all the numbers together and we divide it by the quantity of numbers. In this case, the total, when we add the numbers, it comes out to be 26. And there were 7 numbers. 26 divided by 7 gives us an average, that is 3.7. Median is the middle value. What we do is we arrange the 7 numbers in ascending order from the smallest to the largest value. Then what we did was we canceled the first value, we canceled the last, cancel the second, we cancel the second last, we cancel the third, and we are left with 4. That means the median becomes 4. Mode means most repeated. The 1 was repeated maximum number time. Okay? Okay. I'm just repeating, right? So that others can also understand. Okay, good. Let's move ahead for the range, right? So the range means maximum score minus the minimum score. What was the maximum score? The maximum score we can say was 7 minus 1. That means the range for this question comes out to be 6. Okay, so we were able to find all the answers, right? We were able to find the median, mode, range, right? Mean, median, mode, and range for these given values. Okay. Okay, moving ahead. Let's try one more. Okay, let's do a question with the negatives, right? They are giving us negative numbers and they are asking us to find what is the mean. Okay. Adding negative numbers would not be a problem, right? What we do is negative numbers should be treated as regular numbers. Okay. So if these numbers are given to us, In question number 6, they are asking us to find the mean, okay? So in order to find the mean, what we need to do is we need to add all these numbers. So we can say -8 is added to a -1, is added to a -9, that's added to -1. We know the rule for addition of negative numbers, right? When negative numbers are added, we simply add the numbers. We simply add the numbers. Shen, focus. Forget it, okay? Do not reply. Yusuf, focus over here, please. That is plus with a -7 plus a 0. Thank you. And let's do this question. Can I have the answer for this? When we add all these numbers together, what should be the total? Okay. We need to ignore the negative signs because all the numbers are negative. 8 plus 1 is 9, right? 9 plus 9 would be 18. 18 plus 1, 19. 19 plus 8 is 27. 27 plus 7 is 34. Plus 7 is 41. Plus 0 we need not do. Plus 2 and plus 7, right? It comes out to be 50, right? So when it comes out to be 50, we can say that the mean comes out to be -50. And since there were 10 values, right? So we simply divide by 10 and the mean comes out to be -5, which is also known as the average score. Agreed? So we did the mean. Can we try doing the median? Let's try doing the median for this. For median, what we need to do is we arrange the numbers in ascending order. So what is the smallest number? Yes, Shen? Yes, he knows what he's saying, right? Shen, Yusuf, focus over here. Yusuf, what is the smallest number? Yusuf, what is the smallest number? See, when we go to the negative numbers, right? When we go towards the negative numbers, the bigger the number in negative, the smaller the value would it have, right? Because it's far away from 0, right? So in this case, the smallest number would be -9. Then we have -8s, then -7 thrice, right? Then it should be -2. We have twice of -1 and we have a 0. So how can we find the middle value? We cancel the last, we cancel the first, we cancel the second, second last, third, third last, fourth, and fourth last. Now we are left with 2 values over here, right? In the previous question, question number 5, there was only a single value because there were odd numbers over here. So we will be left. But since there were even numbers, we would be left with 2 values. So how we can find the median? Median would be equals to -7 is added to -7. We simply take out the average, that is -14/2. And we say that the median for this question is -7 because -7 was the value. Okay, agreed? Okay, it's okay, Shen, not a problem. So you can revise, not a problem. Okay, for now, let's see if we need to find the mode. Mode means most repeated. Yusuf, what is the most repeated number? Can you give me the most repeated number? See, -8 is written twice, but -7 we can see it's written one time, two times, and thrice. That means -7 is the mode. Okay, you can answer as well. That's not a problem. Okay, Shen. And the range is always the maximum minus the minimum, right? So the maximum score was, can anyone give me the maximum score? What is the maximum? I'm talking about the max. Yeah, mode is -7. Thank you. The mode is -7. Great. In order to find the range, can I have the maximum score and the minimum score? Okay, not a problem. Can I have this answer? The maximum score would be, see, whenever we are doing scores that are in negative, the greater the number in negative, the smaller the number it is. So in this case, 0 minus, and the minimum number was -9, right? If we do it on the number line, we know that if 0 is here, -1, -2, -3, and so on till -9. Therefore, -9 would be the smallest. We have 0 plus 9. Therefore, we can say the range comes out to be 9. Okay. Let's do a question from the test. And for you, if you don't want to stay in this class, you can join any other class, right? Manners. 25-1. Just a moment, please. I'll just log in again. Okay. So let's do the first question. The first question from the test says, a coach carried out football practices, matches. Let me just copy it. The question number 1 from the test. Okay, if this is question number 1 from the test. This is from the test. If we need to find the range, we know that the range is always the maximum score minus the minimum score. The maximum score was, I'm just doing the first question with you people, right? That was 9. And the minimum score was 6, 7, and we have 5, right? So that means 9 minus 4 is, the range comes out to be 4. Okay, we did this already. Carly checked the available memory. Let's just see mean. We just need to find the mean for the next one. For question number 2, if they're asking us to find the mean, we know that the mean is always the average. Okay, mean is the average. That means we add these numbers together and we divide it by, since it was 9 computers, we divided by 9. Okay, so 3.3 plus 2.7 plus 2.7 plus 3.3 plus 2.3 plus 3.2, 2.9, 2.7, and 2.1, right? So when we add them together, it comes out to be, if we need to find the mean, it comes out to be 25.2. It should be divided by 9, right? So what should be the answer? So the answer for the mean should be, see, when we add all these numbers together, the total comes out to be 25.2, right? When there were 9 computers over here. So the total I did for you, when divided by 9, Shin, it comes out to be 25.2. When divided by 9, it would be equals to, yes, thank you. It would be equals to 2.8. And option number 2 was the correct answer, right? Okay, please do complete the remaining questions. Okay. And if you have any problem, just go through the lesson. It's available on the website. Okay. Thank you so much. Take care. Best of luck. Bye.